Hey guys, here's Louie. Guys, this is gonna be an update on the Lovebird, explaining what needs to be done to the engine. Also, the main reason I am doing this video is because I'm gonna give you guys an update on the Birdcage outside and what are the plans for the Birdcage and what's about to take place in the Birdcage. It's another project that's making me really busy. It's taking up all my time. Guys, I have a full-time job. Okay, I work for maintenance in the hospital here in Pennsylvania. And I do not have the pleasure of playing cars full-time. I think it's amazing for what I do with these cars, for being a regular Joe, a regular man with a full-time job, also full-time husband and a full-time dad. And only when I have time I could dedicate down here to the garage and play cars and try to get these birds done. Okay, my main focus is that by May, somewhere at the ending of May, it looks like I will finish Lady Bird. Last night I bent already the fuel line because she comes all bent up on a box and you have to bend it. It is labeled where to bend it. If you ever gonna bend hard lines like a fuel line or a brake line, do it on a hard surface floor and you won't kink it. Now going back to the Lovebird, I'm gonna have the pleasure of having Mike from Lake and Lodge Garage, and I do believe we are gonna film the process here. He might be putting it on his channel, I'm not sure yet. When I was getting this engine ready here, this is a Pontiac 350. I believe it's early 70s, either 1970 or 71. Okay, and the first hiccup I had was that on the top of the cylinder head at the back on the driver's side, the freeze plug was rotted away. I mean, she had a nice hole in it, and the guy that had this engine, he put new freeze plugs, but it looks like he missed the one in the back of the head, and I had to order it and I installed that. When I was removing the timing cover just to check out how the chain looks and a couple other things, I happened to snap this bolt over here. Okay, this is not the original bolt. I just use all thread because it gave me more bites, more torque force going that way, putting pressure to the timing cover and to the block. But I have used so much silicone trying to stop the leak, and she ain't not stopping. So I started welding a nut to the bolt, and I was able to take out a lot, but still there is a bolt in there, a piece of a bolt inside, and it's not allowing me to use the original bolt so I could give it the good torque towards the block. But I have a solution. In 1968 and older, so 68, 67, 66, you know, and so on, Pontiac timing covers was not the same as 69 all the way to 80 and 81. They had a notch cut out here, the older ones from 68 and older, letting you use the all thread bolt, which have threads on both sides, 3H-16 on this side and fine thread on this side. So what I did was I contacted Scott, and Scott is the gentleman that the Lady Bird belongs to that I am building the car for. He's been a blessing also on my side because he happened to pick up a 1967 Pontiac 400, which I really don't know if I'm still gonna buy from him or anything. I'll decide that as the time comes closer for him to come pick up the car. But it's a nice 67 400, and he gave me the timing cover because I needed it. Really nice guy. So now I have a solution that if we not that successful to take out that bolt this coming Tuesday, the 25th of March, I have a plan B. And I'm thinking that even though if we are able to extract the bolt, I'm still going to keep the older timing cover because it does go with the card. The card is a 68 Firebird, the Lovebird. And I'm going to show you what do I mean on the timing cover. It's something that I actually learned. So I have that problem. Also, these Pontiacs have drain plugs. One on the passenger side, one on the driver's side. And somewhere down the life of this engine, somebody removed the original plug. It's like a pipe plug type. And they installed a rubber plug, which is also leaking. Okay. And then on the driver's side, they put a bolt, a regular bolt, instead of using the correct plug. So that I also got to do that. But for me to do that, I'm going to take out the engine, hopefully for the last time, because I'm also going to change the oil pan. I have a period correct oil pan that goes with period correct 68 Firebird, 67 and 69. The oil pans are different. The drain plug is like at the center, and this one is at the side because it comes from the second generation Pontiac. I have it. Why not? I need to remove the engine anyway. And then this head over here on the exhaust manifold side, well, where you hook up the exhaust manifold and bolt it, there's an old bolt that is also broken there. But there's enough bolt. It's a good length where I'm going to try to be welding nuts to see if I take that out. And also somebody messed up the threads on one of the bolts here. One of the threads where you will bolt a bolt to hold the exhaust. And she's a little bigger than the 3/8-16 that they are. So I'm going to have to come up with an idea for that. It kind of bothers me. I would love to be able to bolt the headers on everything. So right here, the header is not bolted already. Two bolts, which is the front bolt that the thread is messed up, the bolting the mounting bolt hole, and this one having that long bolt that is broken inside. So there's a lot of things I need to do here. I also have to check the dipstick because it looks like somebody installed the dipstick tube not correct. And the reason I know that is because I have a shorty, the shorty of the ones that are really close to the head. Usually non-AC cars, AC cars will have them up here. And when I had the dipstick installed and I turned on the engine and I went to check out the oil, I mean, I have turned on the engine maybe 3, 4, 5 times already at this point. And when I took off the oil dipstick, she was bent. So she hit the crank. The crank hit it while she was on. Thanks God she didn't snap inside or nothing like that, but she bent the dipstick. So I need to do a whole bunch of things. Just go through the engine. Now that I know she's a good running engine, she sounds nice and strong. I love the way she sounds. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna go through all that. And like that, I don't have no headaches. And I just like for things to flow nice and easy the way they're supposed to flow. So I'm going to show you now the difference between 1968. Now on Lady Bird, she has a matching numbers engine. This is the original 1968 350 Pontiac, okay? And look at this notch. Maybe you guys will learn something also in this video. This notch, 68 and older Pontiac timing cover, if you have an original one, is cut. It looks like it's torched out, okay? And this is an original bolt. I have a couple of them now. Thanks to Scott. He sent me also a couple of pairs. And this is what it is correct for 68 and older. All right, so your 68, your 67 fibers will have this style, this timing cover if it's original. All right, with the 8-bolt water pump. All right, and this is the big Pontiac hook that I love to have. And since I have the correct timing cover now, I'm thinking about doing this style, okay, also is a great idea. It was a great invention for the time, because this one gives you more torque. You could clamp down on this better than just a bolt going through with a head. This is a all thread here, okay, fine thread, and also this side is a 3/8-16. So I'm gonna go back to the original style. I'm crossing my fingers that we'll be able to extract the bolt. Now I'll be taking you guys to the birdcage and explain what's gonna be going on in the birdcage. All right, guys. Now I'm walking towards the birdcage. So today, when I came out of work, the first thing I did was roll the other 68 Firebird. I have another 68 Firebird that, to be honest with you, I would love to build it. I plan to make it a 400 clone car and paint it carousel red, which is the orange color that the 69 Judge came out with. And I plan to paint it that color and a black rack top and black interior. If I don't finish building the car, I might just do the metal work and sell it. I still don't know where I stand with that car, because I would like to build my 69 Trans Am that is underneath my deck. So here's the birdcage. And as for the birdcage here, I have some plans, okay? So my steel building, it's 30 by 40 deep. So 30 wide by 40 deep, okay? And the height is over 10 feet tall, okay? Closer to 11 feet. I got a quote last year for concrete on the floor, and they wanted, for a concrete floor at this size, 4 inches, they wanted $7,900, I believe. What was my quote last year. And trust me, you live and you learn. For you guys out there that plan to put a building like this, take my advice. Put your concrete first. The reason I didn't do the concrete first is because over here I had everything planned out, and I had my my work permission. You have to ask for a permission at the township. I don't live in a community, but still the little towns here have a township that you have to obey by the rules and apply by the rules. And when they gave me my work permission to start building, I put down that the concrete is gonna come after the matter of the building being here. So once the building is built, then I call my concrete in. And they said, oh, okay, if I wanted the concrete first, I would have to gone through a couple of more steps. And then when I was ready to do that, the building was already on its way, and they didn't want to reschedule or nothing like that. So I said, whatever, I'll do the concrete later. Well, this building is not even a year old. It will be a year old in May. Okay, I got this installed in May of 2024. Let's fast forward to this year. They want 11 grand for concrete floor, okay? It's not in my budget to pay $11,000 for the concrete floor this year. So I came up with an idea with another buddy, and also Jeff, a YouTube subscriber of mine that follows me. He's the guy, if you guys heard of the story, that he painted a house, and at the end of his job, his reward was to paint the house a 69 Firebird convertible, which I plan to make a video one day. I'm just busy. But he's the one also that gave me the idea. He pointed me to the correct way online. They show you if you're going to have a 4-post lift, even a 2-post lift. But if you're gonna, my ideas here is a 4-post lift. You could set the 4 posts on footers, and I will share pictures at the end what I mean. So I'm gonna do a barn style floor. What I'm talking about is that I already have stone, okay? So when you guys buy these kind of sheds, that's my shed. And also they sell like these 2-car garage that they'll ship one to your house and then they'll ship the other half to your house and put them together at your location. Well, I'm going to build that kind of style floor. It's going to be all framed out and it's going to be thick plywood on top. Okay. Strong, extremely strong, and it does hold the weight of a car. Now, of course, it's not safe to put a 4-post lift on top of a wood floor. So that's where the footers come, the concrete footers. And what the concrete site for the 4-post lift is telling me to do, I need to do 4 footers, 3 by 3. So 3 feet by 3 feet is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4 footers, and I have to go as deep as 6 inches going down and fill it in with concrete. They recommend 4,000 psi of concrete. I bought 5,000 psi. Why not go a little stronger? So that's the project that's gonna go here on the Birdcage. I'm first going to dig for the concrete footers, and after that, me and my buddy will be building the floor here all around the garage and going around the footers for everything to look like it blends in. Then my goal is to have a workbench at the back there and a rack. I need a big rack on this side and a big rack on that side because I have a whole lot of first-gen fiber parts that I would like to have on a shelf finally, instead of scattered all around my property and house. Then I plan to frame the walls and cover the walls with plywood, okay, and have lights eventually up, and also have outlets on the wall, maybe outlets here and outlets over there, and also in the back. So maybe every wall will have 3 outlets. I'm thinking about, I need to run the electricity from my house to the garage, and it's about 100 feet from the Birdcage to my house. But I have a buddy of mine that's gonna be helping me with that. And guys, let's not kid ourselves here. These things cost money, cost a lot of money, okay? And like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm just a regular guy with big dreams. That's it. And I give a lot of thanks to God that I have gone this forward in life and really have achieved a lot. I never would have imagined in my life that I would have a car collection the way I have and keep building cars and help a lot of people out there building their cars and having people look up to me, which I think is a blast. And it's really the reason why I do YouTube, because I like to help others. So because everything is a lot of money and I'm not rich, I need to do this little by little. So if this year I could get the floor done and buy my lift, I'll be happy. It'll be a bonus if I could get the electrical done. If I can't, I will have to wait until next year. And then I'll start framing out the walls and stuff like that. And I'm gonna put some insulation here also. And I need an idea for the ceiling. I would like to insulate the ceiling. I was checking out spray foam, but it's really expensive too. Unless I just do the ceiling spray foam and the walls, I'll find what's the cheapest way to insulate them and then frame them up with 2x4s and then use plywood on that. Well, guys, here's Louis from the Birdcage explaining why I haven't been doing videos, because I have a car to finish for a gentleman and I have a lot of projects. This is not the only project. I also have projects inside the house that are coming really soon, faster than what I want. And I don't think I ever mentioned this, but I want to give a big shout out and a big thanks to Brian Menson from Arrowhead Garage for my first generation garage banner. That is the logo to my channel. I love seeing it every time I come here to the Birdcage. And he did design that. That's his design of my channel. And those are the cars right there. My 69 is the red car. My green with black hood is my 67, which is my baby. And the white with the HO red stripe that Jonathan put on my car, it's my 68 Firebird right there, which is another project I need to finish. And I visual that car. I mean, I saw it in my brain, and before that car was even painted, Brian knew I wanted it that way, and he made the banner that way. Well, guys, wish me luck. I hope I'm able to accomplish everything that I would like to accomplish here for the Birdcage. And pretty soon, I promise, I'll make a video of fixing something. Take care now. Bye-bye.